The Nuggets oust the Spurs from the playoffs in 7 games. An ex-San Antonio area college student investigated for potential mass violence reaches a plea deal. And the Eagle Pass bus company accused of price gouging has disclosed lower prices. This is your Express Briefing podcast for Monday, April 29th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. Behind another playoff triple-double by Nikola Jokic, 23 points from Jamal Murray in a flying-around defensive effort, the second-seeded Nuggets have snuffed out the Spurs season with a 90-86 victory. Despite a bad start and trailing by as many as 17 points in the third quarter, the Spurs were only down by 2 points with 52 seconds left in the game. However, after Denver went up by 4 the next possession, the Spurs inexplicably allowed Denver to run out the clock on the win without fouling. Before Saturday, the first time the Spurs had suffered back-to-back first-round exits was 1991-92, and the loss now marks the first time in the Greg Popovich coaching era San Antonio has been bounced in the first round in consecutive seasons. The Spurs starters managed just 2 points in the first quarter, which amounted to the fewest points of a starting 5 in the first quarter of an NBA playoff game in 20 years. The second-seeded Nuggets now head to the Western Conference semifinals for the first time since 2009. While the City Council will vote Thursday to approve a $47.6 million budget for the Pre-K4SA program in the next fiscal year, that vote is just a formality. However, the real battle will take place in the November 2020 proposition election that will ask San Antonio voters to renew funding for the city-run early education program. If voters say yes, Pre-K4SA will get another 8 years. If not, the program will expire in 2021. That puts the legacy achievement of former mayor and current Democratic presidential hopeful Julian Castro in a uniquely precarious position. Express News Metro columnist Gilbert Garcia writes that in 2012, Castro had to convince San Antonians to approve a 1/8 of a cent sales tax increase on themselves for a program that was merely an unproven concept. But in 2020, it will be an easier sell, as voters will be merely asked to maintain an already existing tax to fund a program that is providing full-day, state-of-the-art early education to 2,000 4-year-olds at 4 education centers around the city, in addition to offering teacher training and grants to partnering school districts. While the future of the program is currently unknown, a recent study conducted by the University of Texas at San Antonio's Urban Education Institute found that third graders who had participated in Pre-K4SA performed better than their peers in math and reading standardized tests, and also had higher attendance rates, which generated an estimated $9.7 million in additional state funding for local schools. A former Texas State University student who FBI agents claimed was plotting mass violence has agreed to plead guilty to a child exploitation charge. 20-year-old Benjamin J. Bogard of New Braunfels has reached a sealed plea agreement with federal prosecutors, who, in an effort to keep him jailed without bond, had put on a case that seemed to focus largely on the domestic terrorism investigation the FBI had opened on him. In February, agents with the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force testified at Bogard's bail hearing that he created disturbing videos in which he allegedly embraced white supremacy, said he wanted to kill minorities, discussed obtaining a chemical substance to make a bomb, and implied he might commit a mass shooting. The agents contend Bogard dropped out of Texas State before the fall 28 semester began and could have engaged in mass violence had they not stepped in and arrested him on a child pornography charge over images that were found on his cell phone. A plea hearing is expected to take place Wednesday. And weeks after migrants and local volunteers complained about price gouging of bus fares from Eagle Pass to San Antonio, several companies in the border town have disclosed their official prices. Aguila Express was the target of the complaints, and now reports it is charging $30 for a one-way ticket, a sum almost 3 times less than what it previously charged migrants. Aguila and another Eagle Pass bus company, El Dorado, agreed to publish their fares under pressure from the Interfaith Welcome Coalition, which is now printing the prices on a flyer that it's distributing to migrants in Eagle Pass. Last month, regardless of their age, Aguila Express was charging migrants between $75 and $100 each for rides to San Antonio. After the Express News reported the company's steep fees, the city of San Antonio sent a letter to Aguila Express and the city of Eagle Pass. The Aguila price is now fixed at $30, regardless of the passenger's age. And that's your daily San Antonio Express briefing for Monday, April 29th. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts.